Hello everyone, 05 Nutaku here, back with another video. We are here for my top 10 hottest anime guys. This is my personal decision, and I don't care what you think. I think these guys are hot. You know, for cartoons. Number 10, Alleluia or Hallelujah Heptism. He has an alternate personality who bears the other name, Alleluia or Hallelujah. I can never keep the two apart. Other than that, the alter ego is slightly psychotic. Hallelujah, or from the anime Gundam 00, is slightly older than the other Gundam boys in this series, where he is clearly over 18 years old. The others are all still somewhere between 16 and 18. Alleluia has a very well-trained body, and as one of the only two in this series actually has a body that you can see he worked out. Unfortunately, he also has a girlfriend in Soma Paris who underwent the same things he did. They are both super soldiers created to be perfect in every way, and I guess I just have a thing for the slightly psychotic guys, as number 9 on my list will attest. Duo Maxwell from the Gundam Wing series. Calls himself the God of Death, had a tragic past, and has a cheery disposition despite of it, with hints toward insanity. And when your God of Death looks like this, well, I can say keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Number 8, Kenshin Himura from the Samurai X and Rurouni Kenshin animes. The Samurai X are actually the original video animations that followed the series, or rather were the prequels of the Rurouni Kenshin series. In this we see young Kenshin, a very good-looking young Kenshin, go through his childhood, and we learn how he became a Hitokiri, or shadow assassin. Number 7, Kyoya Otteri from Ouran High School Host Club. What can I say? Glasses are hot. And if you have a devious personality to go with it, you're A-okay in my book. Number 6, Chrono from Chrono Crusade. What can I say? This character has a special spot in my heart, and it doesn't do him any wrong that his demon self is one hot person. Moving on to number 5, Hiei. What can I say? He might not be tall, but when that shirt goes off, it sure gets hot. And that's not just because he's a fire demon. He's got one ripped body for such a small guy. But it isn't out of proportion, and what can I say? I just like his personality. I have a thing for bad guys. Well, not really bad, I guess. But you'll have to see in the series. He gets the number 5 spot on my list, at least. Number 4, Gaara. What can I say? I watched Naruto because people made me watch Naruto. I skipped over the greater part because it was filler, but any episode, regardless of whether or not they were filler, that contained Gaara, I would watch. I just liked Gaara that much, and I didn't care one bit that he was a little psychotic, but then half the characters on my list are a little psychotic, a little evil, and a little devious. And I guess I'm just one of those people who likes the kind of characters that, in the end, redeem themselves. Moving on to number 3, Hyobu Kyosuke, another one of those slightly psychotic but redeemable characters. Hyobu is 80 years old and looks like an 18-year-old schoolboy. He is an Esper with extreme powers that cannot be controlled unless he wears a limiter. I recently started watching the Unlimited Hyobu Kyosuke, and I really liked it. Went back to watch Zetai Karen Za Children, which supposedly is to be the prequel of this thing that was made first, and found myself wondering what the heck, because the Hyobu in Zetai Karen Za Children is completely different from the Hyobu in the Unlimited Hyobu Kyosuke. But I can't help but like him, his personality, his looks. Despite being 80 years old, he is one good-looking 80 years old guy. I can say that. He's one good-looking geriatric person. Moving on to number 2. Everyone should have known this one would have been on the list if they've seen my previous picks. Sebastian from Kuroshitsuji, or Black Butler. As seen previously, I also have a thing for demons, so it stands to reason that this hot demon butler would be high on my list. And my number 1 ultimate hottie, and bias, because he's by no means as good looking as some of the people on this list, but he just is my ultimate favorite character and ultimate favorite hot guy, Chang Wu-Fei from Gundam Wing. He gets way too little screen time, way too much crap thrown at him, and people should read the mangas more, because the mangas explain his character a lot better, and he does not deserve to be called chauvinistic, because he isn't by a long shot. It's just how he was raised, and the things that happen to him that make him hate on women, and not even hate, just telling them that they shouldn't fight. Which, if you get right down to it and remember from the manga that his wife that he was married to for 1 year passed away in battle, is very logical, because he still grieves over not being able to protect his wife, and he feels women shouldn't fight because they will die, because that is what he witnessed. His wife went to fight, and despite being incredibly strong, still died. So those who aren't strong enough, or those who are women, should not fight. And people think that he says women shouldn't fight for chauvinistic reasons, but obviously it's not only because Wu-Fei's wife died, and he feels that women shouldn't fight because of that, but also because Wu-Fei was raised in traditional Chinese style, and traditional Chinese style, unlike the Western world likes to believe, actually holds women in high regard. The reason they don't get to wear weapons, use weapons, don't get to fight, and don't get to do the jobs men do, is for the simple reason that in ancient China, the following was something that they upheld. A woman can give birth to sons. A man cannot. Therefore, a woman is a man's greatest treasure, because she will bear him sons in time, and also daughters to bear more children. Women therefore should be protected and should not fight, because when a woman dies, no more children can be made. That is the actual idea. A woman is the greatest treasure because she can bring forth a new generation, and that is why they were not allowed to fight in the actual tradition. Not what we later learned and what later became the trend, that women were inferior to men. That's just a bias that was brought into, in my opinion, into reality by the influence of the Western world. And you can say what you will, people, but in the Western world, women were also considered inferior, or have we forgotten that women were not allowed to vote until the late 1900s? Anyone? Chinese women had more rights. They just got to do less because of how the Chinese people valued life. Life is the ultimate gift to the Chinese, as per their religions. Life is very precious to them. So a woman who gives life would, as such, be seen as the greatest treasure, and someone who fights will die, therefore that treasure becomes lost. That is the philosophy behind Chang Wu-Fei, the philosophy he adheres to. The thing he believes in: women shouldn't fight because they will die, and women are a great treasure, and a man should protect a woman. Those are the values he was brought up with, and those are the values he adheres. And that is why I find myself so very attracted to him. That and that hot martial artist body of his. So yeah, that's my top 10. Hate it, love it, I don't care, it's mine. See you next time.